followed by Julia Levine.
To come in and speak. How many people of color did you talk to about this in your district? How many? All right, so I noticed you all didn't give the vision recitation, so I will give it today. First of all, my name is Nico Magallon. So every school will be a thriving school that prepares every student to graduate from high school, college, career, and community ready. Okay, we got that done. All right, so much of what I'm saying and have said has been inspired by working alongside Freedom Inc. and Freedom Inc. Youth Squad. The youth that I've worked with, aside from being some of the coolest people that I've met in the city, each with their own array of creative talents and leadership qualities, are shining examples of young people in MMSD who have developed a critical analysis of their experience in MMSD school spaces. These are young people who have disoriented themselves from the cookie-cutter student experience of settling for obeying peer pressure or pressure from grown-ups to simply obey and be standardized, tested out of the educational system and into the carceral state. Instead, over the last year and a half, the youth who have been organizing both youth and grown-ups alike to civically engage in these decision-making spaces that determine their student experience and outcomes have instead committed to training and development, historical research, right, understanding their history and their roots, celebrating cultures such as Black, Southeast Asian, queer and trans liberation, indigenous teachings, hip-hop elements, etc., personal leadership and group leadership in accomplishing teamwork, co-creating literary works to share their stories, their truths, what is wanted, what is needed. And it's as if all of this weren't enough alone to help grow their skills and their leadership potential, which is what the schools ought to be doing. With the youth, Black and brown youth have also developed an intergenerational partnership with grown-ups, a youth and family hammer that is fully engaged in social justice policy organizing for gender justice, queer justice, as well as Black and Southeast Asian liberation. The culmination of youth and trusted, culturally validating grown-ups all working together to develop intellectual empowerment and a strategic vision has led to the demands that folks have been saying in these spaces for the last year and a half. No cops in schools. And more broadly, youth and community members are holding you all as decision makers accountable to the radical redistribution of wealth and power in the schools. And with Trump and Betsy DeVos in office, and Scott Walker poised to win a third term as governor against the public school superintendent after previously defeating the current MMSD school board president, what else could possibly be more important than radically shifting our economic and social systems and radically transforming the institutions like MMSD that form the vital choice point between either the perpetuation or the healing of Madison's notorious racial disparities. The equitable and restorative path to school climate isn't turning school spaces further and further into securitized, sterile, and anti-Black and brown spaces, renewing police contracts, setting up more security cameras, which you all are prepared to spend another $367,000 on, or even arming teachers with guns. We've heard that idea before. I'm finishing up. The equitable and restorative path to a loving, positive, and anti-racist environment that centers the needs of Black and brown youth who make up and will continue to make up a majority of learners in MMSD is to invest money and time into growing the skills and leadership of students to be supported, not tokenized, in organizing multiculturally, both intraculturally and cross-culturally, to implement the solutions that they want and that they need.
Thank you.